You've been told to floss, but chances are you're doing it wrong. Wrong flossing doesn't protect your teeth. In fact, it can destroy your gums and still let cavities form. That's why people who floss every single day keep getting fillings. In this video, I reveal the 3 biggest flossing mistakes that could be ruining your mouth. And at the very end, I'll show you the one dentist-approved technique that actually works. Master this, and you may never get another cavity between your teeth again. But why does flossing matter? Because cavities between teeth are the #1 type of cavity I see in my patients. Even people who say they floss every single day still get them. And they look shocked when I ask them to show how they floss. Because once you see the mistakes, you'll understand why flossing isn't working at all. The first mistake I see all the time, snapping the floss straight up and down. People jam it between their teeth, yank it back up, and think they're done. But here's the problem. That motion barely touches the tooth surfaces where bacteria actually live. Think about it like this. If you slide a string between 2 dirty glasses, nothing gets cleaned. The dirt is stuck to the glass, not floating in the gap. It's the same with plaque. The sticky bacterial film is glued to the sides of your teeth. If you don't wrap the floss around the tooth, you never actually touch the bacteria and the tooth never gets cleaned. And worse, that snapping motion traumatizes your gums. It's like slamming a door on your fingers every day. Over time, it causes tiny injuries which can make your gums recede. So not only are you failing to clean bacteria, you're also damaging the very tissue that's supposed to protect your teeth. The second mistake, stopping right at the gum line. Most people are afraid to go deeper because they see bleeding and assume they're hurting themselves. But here's the twist. Healthy gums don't bleed. That bleeding is actually your body waving a red flag. It's inflammation caused by bacteria hiding just below the gum line. Plaque doesn't politely stop at the edge of the gum. It creeps underneath where oxygen levels drop and more aggressive bacteria thrive. These are the same bacteria linked to gum disease and even systemic health problems like heart disease. If you never reach them, they keep multiplying in this hidden pocket. So when you avoid going under the gums, you're leaving behind the exact bacteria that are already attacking your tissue and bone. The third mistake, only flossing the front teeth. And this one is huge. People either get lazy or feel like the back is too hard to reach, so they stop halfway. But here's the shocking truth. Your molars, those big back teeth, are the most vulnerable. But why? Because their surfaces are larger, their contact points are tighter, and their grooves trap more food and bacteria. Most cavities and gum disease actually begin in the molars, not the front teeth. So skipping them is like locking your front door while leaving the back door wide open. And once bacteria colonize those back spaces, you often don't notice until it's too late. Because cavities between molars can grow silently for months before you feel pain. So think about this. Millions of people floss every day, and yet dental disease is still one of the most common health problems in the world. How is this possible? Because doing flossing wrong gives you a false sense of security. You think you're protected, but the bacteria are still hiding in the exact spots you're missing. And here's the answer you've been waiting for. The dentist-approved method that actually works. And it's surprisingly simple. Instead of going straight up and down, you curve the floss into a C shape around the tooth. Slide under the gum line, gently scrape upward, and then switch sides to hug the other tooth. Every gap gets 2 hugs. That's how you actually remove the bacteria. And now here's the kicker. The first time you do this correctly, your gums might bleed. But don't panic. That's not damage. That's healing beginning. Within a week or 2 of proper flossing, the bleeding usually disappears because you've removed the cause, the bacteria. But here's the secret most dentists won't tell you. Some people struggle with floss no matter what. If that's you, there are upgrades. Silicone toothpicks, water flossers, or even tiny interdental brushes. Studies show that if you use them daily, they can be just as effective and sometimes even better. The tool doesn't matter as much as the technique. Reaching under the gum line and cleaning both sides of every gap. Have you ever wondered why cavities really form? Here's the hint. It's not sugar. Click right here to discover the surprising truth. Or if you're curious about another must-know topic, click right here instead. And don't forget to subscribe if you want to take your oral health to the next level.